buttons have finished installing, click the Finish button. The next step is to open the Expression Encoder 4 screen capture codec. You can tell which program this is because it has the red dot on the icon. Click or tap on it to open it, and you'll see this small window appear with 5 buttons in these. The 5 buttons from left to right are for Audio, Webcam, Modify Options, Capture Manager, and Record. Before you go ahead and record your screen, let me go over some of the options that you can modify so you can get the most out of every screen capture. To modify settings, click on the Gear button, and you'll see this window appear with a couple tabs in it. The most important tabs in this window are the Screen tab and the Audio tab. Here on the Screen tab, you can see options for your frame rate, bit rate, quality, and the option to include the mouse cursor in your recording. For the frame rate, I like to keep this at 15 frames per second for my computer tutorials like the one you're doing now. But if you're recording games or anything else with a lot of motion, I would probably set this to 30 frames a second. Just keep in mind that the higher the frame rate, the more taxing it'll be on your computer, which could result in a lower quality video. For the bitrate, I like to keep this at 30,000 kilobits per second. The quality likes to default to 95, but I would change this to 100. And since I'm doing a computer tutorial, I would opt to include the mouse cursor in recording. Let's take a look at the Audio tab now. In the top box, you have all of the audio devices that are currently connected to your computer. If you wanted to do a voiceover, you would select the microphone that you want to use. In the bottom area, you can change the format. I always have this at 2-channel, 16 bits, and 48 kilohertz. And for the bit rate, it defaults at 192, but I would select 256 as you would get a higher quality audio recording. When you're done changing all of the settings, just click OK, and now you're ready to record your screen. Now that I've gone over some of the important settings, you can start recording by pressing the red record dot on the far right side. The application will then ask you to define a capture area, which will be defined in red as you can see here. You can define your own custom area by clicking this button on the far left side that says Define Capture Area. After you click that button, you can click and drag anywhere on the screen to create a capture area. You can edit this after the fact, as you can see here. And you can move the window wherever you want on your screen. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to be recording one full screen. So as you choose this, you can see this drop down menu right next to the record button. You're going to select current screen. You could also select full screen, but if you have more than one monitor attached to your computer, the application will record all of those. So it's safer just to select current screen. When you're done, click the record button. You'll have a 3-second countdown, and now everything that is being done inside of that capture area will now start being captured and will eventually be encoded so you can put it into a video. To stop recording, the default keystroke is Control, Shift, and F12 all at the same time. You'll see that we have a larger window here, and this is actually the Capture Manager button that we saw earlier. So here's that normal small window, and when we click the Capture Manager key, we can now see all of our screen captures. To encode, we're just going to click the video that we want to encode, and click Send to Encoder. Now you'll see that Expression Encoder 4 begins to load. This application will convert the screen recording to a file that you can import from very big images like Premiere Pro, Zomibes, or even Windows Movie Maker, or just directly upload the video to sites like YouTube or LinkedIn. When the application loads, you'll see your video right here. The first thing you're going to do is tell the application where you want to save the video. To do this, click on the Output tab on the right-hand side, kind of in the middle of this column. Look for Job Output, Directory, and then to the right of that you should see a button with 3 dots on it. Click that button, and then specify where you want to save it. stop, and hit OK. Now click on the Encode tab, which is opposite of the Output tab. You'll skip past this Output Format section since there's not a whole lot you can change here anyway, and expand the video section. Here you'll be modifying some of the video encoding settings. The first is with video mode. This you'll want it to be at CR1 path. The buffer window can stay at full. The frame rate can stay at the source, so nothing will change. And the keyframe interval can stay at 20. You want the bit rate to be 30,000. The size mode can stay at source, and the width and height really depends on the